everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am going to be sharing kind of a bit of a different video today that I've been thinking about and kind of working on for a little bit. It is January 14th today, so I'm a little bit late in, I feel like in this type of video. We've seen a lot of these videos going around, but I figured better late than never. I really want to share it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. Now, I have been thinking a lot about 2017. I spent a lot of around December, I would say, kind of mapping out my 2019 and really truly kind of digging deep into my brain to see what my goals really want, what I really want to accomplish. Now this is mostly going to be focused on Inky and the Brain goals, so YouTube, social media, Inky and the Brain, the shop, things like that, but I do want to share some personal goals as well. So I'm going to show y'all how I set up my goals in what I've called my secret planner. I have shown sneaks here and there, but it's not a planner that I've really discussed on here, and that is because I wanted to make sure it was really working for me before I said, hey, I think that y'all would love this planner or something like that. So I'm just taking some time because it wouldn't be like a normal review. I do have a review of a very exciting planner coming up soon. Actually, I think you might have already seen that. If you have already seen that, I'll go ahead and link that for y'all. But this is a different kind of planner. It was almost like something that I wanted to use to replace my EC, but I'm still using my EC, of course. But anyway, that video is not about that. Y'all know I have my little secret planner, so I'm going to show y'all how I set up my goals in the year. Hopefully give y'all some ideas too, in case you haven't done it yet, or in case maybe you just have it written somewhere and you want to figure out a way to put that permanently into your planner, something like that. So I think that'll be fun to kind of look at. But more than anything, I just want to share my thoughts on 2018. I feel like it was a bit of a rough year for me, not in terms of emotionally or it wasn't a bad year. It's actually a wonderful year. If you look back, or if I look back at my year, I'm wow, I really did accomplish quite a bit of things, and it was a great year, but it was also a really rough year because I feel like it's really hard to kind of get my life wrapped around the shop, that being kind of my main focus now, right? So, and that's, last year we got the babies, or at least Odin's back here and Luna's here. They're cuddly. So I always have a blanket, as you can tell. I'm sure you saw it in Vlogmas. I always have a blanket at the end of the couch, and that's their favorite place to nap on, which is fine by me because I can wash the blanket a lot easier than I can wash the couch. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. But like I said, I really want to reflect on it. And then I want to share the kind of things that I came up with for 2019. All the things what I did to try to set myself up for the most success, or I don't know. I'm very scared sometimes to even set goals for myself, or resolutions, and I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but I'm almost scared to do it because if I don't meet it, I know I'm gonna beat myself up really badly about it. I'm not kind to myself very often in that sense. But then if I don't set goals and I don't do things, and then I beat myself up about that. So it can be rough. I tend to not be very easy on go easy on myself sometimes. So sometimes it just seems a little bit easier to not have those goals. So I don't know if that sounds weird to anyone, or if anyone can understand that, but that's where I'm at. But 2019, I really want to change that. I really want to just be more encouraging, I guess, to myself, and say, hey, this is what you want to meet. If you don't meet it, it's not the end of the world. You don't have to beat yourself up about it, but you need to try. You need to really make these efforts moving forward. So that's kind of where I'm at. And like I said, I just wanted to share. So my secret planner that I've been using is actually, I don't think I've mentioned it, but it's actually a plum paper planner. I have been using this now for, I think I got it in the week of Thanksgiving. So basically the end of November, December, and now, so it's only been about 6 weeks, which is why, like I said, I still don't necessarily want to do a whole flip of this and show y'all how I'm using this or anything like that. I don't want to go into that just yet, but I do want to show you at the back. Now, the one thing I really enjoyed about the plum paper planner is There's a lot of things actually, but the main thing is that they're very customizable in the sense that you can add a lot of extra pages at the back. And I went ahead and added like a note section that's just lined paper. You can see that's all lined paper. And then another note section that is like a dot grid. And this is tons of pages, like you can see that. I actually wish I would have done more lined pages than the dot grid. I feel like I'm using those more, but you know, hindsight, I guess. So anyway, I set up several different pages. I'm not going to show you all of them. Some of them are very personal and I just don't feel comfortable sharing everything. I did specifically want this planner. I mentioned, it was funny because I mentioned to you all, when was it? I don't know. It was somewhere in the middle of last year. I was like kind of battling with myself about the EC, and I was having a lot of EC being Erin Condren, the Erin Condren Life Planner. Mine is currently sitting over there. I am still using that, and I'm so proud of myself because I actually like started my week on time for the first time in forever. Like yesterday was Sunday night, so I am still using that. I do still look at that every single day, but that is not a scribble planner. That is not an ugly planner. That is somewhere where I like decorate and I want it to look pretty, and it's like a memory keeping planner. Not really even a planner anymore. I feel like it's almost more of a like a scrapbook, but something to that effect. I don't know, but anyway, y'all know what I mean. And I really wanted like something that I didn't have to feel conscious about when I was like I was gonna have to film it or anything like that. And most of y'all that left comments on that video told me, hey, why don't you get a planner that's just for you, like not a filming planner? And I was like, why haven't I done this? You know, so that's where my search for a new planner, a new style came in, and that's why I ended up with this. Like I said, I'll share the layout that I got and all of that in some other video, but I still want to live with it a little bit longer. But at the back of the planner, I set up goal pages. So I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see. I'm not sure. I want y'all to see very well. But this one, these two are okay to share. So I have over here, I just put some washi tape on the top. You can see that. It's like Simply Gilded washi. That's not gonna focus for some reason. There you go. This is my favorite washi, by the way. This like ombre washi. I think this was, I can't remember the name, but I know it was like in the summer that it came out. And then I just put red one over here. So and then I made these stickers for myself. This says YouTube goals. This says shop goals. So this is kind of what I've been working on. I made myself some little like check boxes here, and then I started listing out different goals, different things that I want to accomplish for YouTube and for social, or I'm sorry, for the shop / social media. Those are kind of listed over here. So I love this. I am a person that needs to be reminded often of what I'm supposed to be doing, hence why I even got into planning and things. I need visual reminders. I'm not the kind of person that can just think like, oh, these are the kind of things I want to do and then be able to get them done. No, like I need breakdowns of things. So even within this, I can then later, if there's like something that's bigger, so for example, one of the shop goals is we want to create our own website. We don't necessarily want to move to, we might, but we don't want to move to like a Shopify system. We would like to set up our own individual like separate website at some point this year. It's something that Luis and I have been talking about, so that's listed here. So then I would take website and then I would, you know, in either another page or on a separate notebook or something, actually like break down that goal. That's just how my mind works. That's how I prefer to kind of get things done. So I wanted to share what the actual goals are going to be, but I wanted y'all to see how they're set up. Now I have several pages of that. There are like, we have a 2019, I'm not going to show this one, together goals. Luis and I sat down, I think on the first or second day of the year, and we discussed what we wanted to do together, like things we wanted to accomplish together. And then I set up a page for personal goals, things that are just for me, that don't involve Luis basically. And then I have, I made a few other pages of like weight loss goals and non-scale goals. I have not filled those out. I can show them to you. I just kind of decorated them. So I did a weight loss goals. I used a little sticker there on the top that is from Pumpkin Paper Co. I'm sorry about the bluish lightings. I'll explain that in a second. And then this is non-scale goals. You see the little like emoji that I put there, so hilarious. One of the big goals of the year, it's always a goal to lose some weight, but I figured if I broke it down on here, maybe, just maybe, like at this point, like just like 10 pounds. Esli, just lose 10 pounds this year. He'll start, you know, he'll be better off. But hopefully more. But anyway, so that's how I set up. I wanted to show you all that. And before we actually get talking. Now, I know I've been talking for a long time already. So I want to talk first about 2018. The things I've been like beating myself up about, the things that made me like sad or mad or whatever it may be, just things that I was like unhappy about in the year 2018. I feel like my main issue for the whole year was time management. I think it all, like if I really truly think about it, it all kind of boils down to that. It is very, very difficult to get used to running your own business when you have no idea what that really entails. I started the shop November of 2017, so we are at, what, a year and a few months. November and December for the shop of last year were really, really quiet. I mean, not right at first. So when I first opened the shop, I did get kind of like an influx of sales because I had talked to y'all about it, and so many of y'all were like excited about me opening the shop because I had kept mentioning in my videos. It was like a big project that I had been working on. So yeah, as soon as I opened the shop, got a kind of an influx of sales, and that was amazing, and I was working on those. And then December came, it kind of slowed down a little bit, and then January came, and I participated in one of those like collective sales, right? So then like boom, all of a sudden I had, I don't know, I don't remember the exact number of sales, but it was a lot for me, for my shop, for what I thought I could handle, and things like that. Especially back then, I was only running one machine. It was just, you know, and the machine was still having a lot of issues. If you have a silhouette machine or if you run an Etsy shop, then you know these things have their quirks. One machine wants to do things one way, another machine can want to do things another way. You gotta sometimes set the things a certain way. Like, these machines are very, very picky, like very, very finicky. So now I know, now a year plus in, I know my machines, I know what they want, I know how they work, things like that. Back then in January of 2018, I had no idea. I was still figuring everything out. I had no idea how to keep track of inventory, how to keep track of like when I needed to order paper, when I needed more ink, when I needed anything like that. So it definitely like threw me. Like I felt very, very disconnected. In 2018, I can't tell you how many nights I stayed up and worked through the night, literally printing and cutting long. There were times when the shop was so busy. Now, mind you, it took me forever to even get one other machine because I'm just that person that I'm like, I can make this work, and I didn't want to spend the extra like $200-300, however much they were at the time, on buying another one. So there were times where I would, you know, stay up, like let's say I would start working like around 9 p.m, work 9 p.m. to like maybe noon of the following day, then sleep for a couple of hours, wake up, run the machine again, you know, make dinner or something for Luis when Luis gets home. When Luis would get home, I would say, hey, I'm gonna take a nap, can you run the machines for a while? So he would be cutting, and then I would wake up again and then just run them all, like keep cutting through the rest of the night. I can't tell y'all like how many nights I spent like that. And again, I don't know if that really truly boils down to a time management issue or like a lack of equipment issue, whatever it may be. But it was definitely not, wasn't good. It was terrible. My sleep is super messed up. My sleep has been messed up most of my life. It's not like this is something that the shop caused. Not at all. And I also do not want to sound like I'm being ungrateful. And I was really, really scared to like say anything about the shop because I do not want to come off as ungrateful whatsoever. I could start crying right now. Like, I am beyond grateful of what the shop has allowed me to do. The people I have met, the connections I have made, and just the fact that when I design something and I put it out there and I get like good feedback about it, it's just amazing to say. It's so like validating, and I love it. I love everything about the shop. I would not trade it at all, not for half a second. It's truly a blessing. But like I said, if I just didn't have a good handle on it. I didn't know how to run a shop. I didn't know how to do any of that. And then come February, early February of last year, if you've been following me for a while, or if you've seen, I've talked about it on Instagram as well. February of last year, 2018, my boyfriend's dog, who at the time was living at at his parents' house, she ended up getting pregnant by some random dog that jumped the fence. We were not aware of this until basically she had the puppies, and unfortunately, due to some random complications, she passed away about 3 days after the puppies were born. A couple of the puppies passed away within those 3 days, and then I believe there were 5 of them left. 5 puppies, 5 3-day-old puppies left. My boyfriend's mom, she couldn't handle it. She couldn't handle all the dogs, and it was my boyfriend's dog to begin with, so it really wasn't her responsibility. So we took on 3 of the puppies. She agreed to keep 2 of them. That way we kind of split the workload, and because it's very, very difficult taking care of newborn puppies. Aside from having to feed them like every 2 hours, you have to like rub on their butts and such, because they can't go to the restroom basically on their own, things like that. I mean, it was really, really tough. So I had the shop, and then I had the 3 puppies that I basically took care of by myself, feeding all throughout the night and such. So I feel like those 2 things really, really threw me right at the beginning of the year. I also had terrible allergies. I thought, both my boyfriend and I thought we had colds, and then it just never went away. So we had terrible allergies for like the first 3 or 4 months of the year last year. We have been taking allergy medication this year. Remember that thing I was talking about? If y'all saw Vlogmas, that thing on my face that I was talking about, that went away basically after taking the allergy medication consistently now for a few weeks. Things like that. So anyway, it was just like a long way of saying I feel like the year started off really rough. And not bad things. I was delighted to have the puppies. They were like, that little boy right here, he's not so little, is like the greatest joy. I love him so much. He's the only one that we kept. The others were sent to like their forever homes. And of course the shop doing well, that was obviously not a negative thing at all. It was amazing, but it was just a lot. It was a lot for me to handle in especially not having a routine, not having any kind of structure to my day. So that's definitely kind of one of the first things that I wanted to talk about in terms of goals. So that was my issues, or my main issues for 2018. I feel like I didn't have a handle on things. Things got better, things got easier as far as the shop, but I feel like I never actually got a handle on my time. My sleep has been terrible. And that's something I really want to focus on in 2020, this year, 2020. In 2019. I don't know what year it is. So for YouTube goals, the first thing that I wrote down was that I wanted to reach 2,500 subscribers. I am saying that out loud and in video form just because I want to remember it and just kind of put it out there. I don't really care how many subscribers I have. If I end up losing 500 subscribers by the end of the year, it's okay, as long as I am happy and proud of the content that I'm putting out. So I wrote that number because I want to see it. I want to feel like I have a goal, but I mean, there's no way I can't force people to subscribe, all I can do is put content out there that is well made, that I'm proud of, that I enjoy, and it's something that I would enjoy watching, and also be consistent. I think that is probably one of the biggest issues, growth-wise, that my channel had in 2018. Now, we still grew a lot. I think over 1,000 subscribers, I'm pretty sure, in 2018. So it's not like we didn't do well. It's just, I feel like inconsistency kind of kills kills your connection with, you know, that person that you're watching. So that brings me to my second goal for YouTube, is to post at least one time a week, and then I want to do at least 1 to 2 vlogs a month. So you are going to be seeing vlogs this year, hopefully. Gonna try to do at least once a month, vlog a weekend or something fun that we're doing, for y'all to see, for y'all to share, for y'all to connect with me, but also just for me. I love making those videos. Like, filming Vlogmas was so much fun. I obviously have no trouble at all talking. I can talk all day long. The editing is the part that, like, is really annoying to me, but we'll work that out. I do also want to branch out to different types of videos. I would love to do like cooking, maybe like once in a while. I would love to like share a recipe. I love watching those like speed clean with me's. I don't know if I'll like ever actually do that, because I feel like I would be kind of embarrassed, because I'm like the slowest person ever. Probably not ever, but I don't know. I feel like I get like caught up in like little things all the time, so I don't know, but maybe I'll try it. It's not something that I wrote down, but I did just write down to like branch out into more like lifestyle videos, not as the main focus of the channel. I think the main focus is still going to be like planner related things, but I just want to share, and I want to share more. So that's something that you can see as well. I did also write down to do more giveaways. I love doing giveaways. They genuinely make me so happy. So keep an eye out for that. Those are probably going to be attached to the Plan With Me's. I'm thinking maybe like at the end of a plan with me every once in a while, or in the middle somewhere of a plan with me, I'll just say like, hey, like read the box down below, you know, there's a special surprise, something like that. It's definitely something I want to do more of. Most of it will probably be like shop credit, unless I have something specific that I want to give out, in which case of course I would. But they just make me happy. They truly do. I love sharing. Like, people's excitement makes me excited, so I definitely want to do that more. And then another thing that I wrote down was to complete Vlogmas, to actually truly complete Vlogmas, because last year's Vlogmas was a total fail, like epic fail, and I feel terrible about it, honestly. But then I also want to, one other thing I wrote down was to try a different vlogging month. So I think I might do Vlulai. I've heard people call it that. Is that a thing? Vlulai? Like July, but Vlogmas? Vlulai? No? Or like vlog? Vlulai? Anyway, I'm gonna try to do that. I'm thinking probably sometime in the summer, probably July, because that is my birthday month, so it's a month that I enjoy. It's also my dad's birthday, 4th of July, so typically July is like a really fun month, so I definitely want to share, so keep an eye out for that. So those are the only things I have currently written down in YouTube goals. I do have plenty of space in the page to add more things as things come up, things that I just want to, you know, be mindful of, keep myself reminded of. So that is that. Now, as far as the shop goes, you all saw this like gorgeous washi up here. So if you saw it when I like zoomed it in, foil is already being worked on. That's like one of the first things I wrote down. I know like basically all the shops are doing foil now, and it's something that I've been wanting to do, but honestly I just haven't given myself the time to do it. But Luis and I started working on that recently, so I'm really excited to let y'all know. I don't know what he's doing back there. That foil should be coming to the shop at some point in the near future, hopefully. And then, like I mentioned, the website is something that we've had in mind for a while too, that again we just have not given ourselves the time to work on. Let's see, I want to have more consistent release dates. I feel like typically I do release dates randomly, which isn't good, because obviously like if you're not prepared to shop for something, or if you're not even aware it's coming out, you know, it's not as helpful for y'all. So be more consistent with release dates, but also put out a actual release content calendar, so that y'all can see, hey, she's doing new releases on this day of the month, maybe doing, you know, something else on this side, whatever it may be. So I do hope to have those calendars up soon. At least I'm gonna be I have it like written down in my to-do list. I think Wednesday is when I'm gonna have a chance to work on that. So either Thursday or Friday you'll see that posted. Obviously depends on when you watch this also, but you should see a content kind of calendar up on my Instagram and on my Facebook page. By the way, those are always linked down below. So if you're not in those, please make sure to join. So you should see that soon. And then just be more active generally in social media. I kind of suck at it. I really suck at Instagram. I've been a little bit better. I've been trying to post like within the last couple weeks of, you know, like since the start of the year. I feel like I've been doing a little better, but I genuinely suck at it. I see shop owners that post multiple times a day. Now, personally, that's not my cup of tea. Like, I don't think I want to do that, but you know, at least post 3-4 times a week. That would be really helpful and beneficial, I think, to the shop. So that's something that you should see hopefully more of as well. Just see me more active there in general. I would like to do some kind of anniversary box. That's another thing that I have written down. My anniversary, my shop anniversary, because I opened so close to Thanksgiving, my shop of 2017, so the shop anniversary line, the camera cut me off because I've been talking too long. So I was saying, I don't know if I would do a mystery kit subscription, just because I'm not 100% sure how I feel about mystery kits. I mean, I get the appeal like on the shop end as well as the customer end. It is nice that you get like something that you don't know exactly what it's going to be and things like that. But I also, like, I personally have never signed up for any mystery kits because I'm just the kind of person, like, my personality is way too controlling for that, I feel like. Like, if I don't like it, it would probably upset me. I don't know. I don't know. But I know a lot of people love them, so it is kind of conflicting. But it's something that I've been thinking about and hopefully we'll kind of figure out soon. If we get the website up, then we would do it directly through there. But that's kind of one of those we'll see kind of things. But it is written down because it's something that's been requested from a lot of y'all, and I just want to kind of be mindful of that and try to work on that. Now I have another thing I'm not going to show. I feel like I can show this side. What can I use to cover it? I have my avocado. Look at this notebook, y'all. It's an avocado. So, I don't want to show what it is, but I want to show the top of it. It says, can y'all see 2019 Together Goals? Is a sticker from Kina Prince. And this one has a lot of little squares. So, like I said, we and I sat down together to work on, or to like talk about things we want to accomplish together as a couple. So of course there's like normal things like communicate better, you know, things like that. We are not compatible in our communication type. I'm a kind of person that, like, I will tell you exactly how I feel in great detail, like list out every bullet point of my feelings, and he is a very, like, he's not an emotional person at all. I am like the most emotional person on this planet. I cry over everything. That's just my personality. It's just who I am as a human being. And he is like, give me facts, no fluff, you know, straight to the point. And I don't know exactly how to communicate that to him, and he doesn't necessarily know how to communicate like in my type. So we were at a wedding recently and we were talking to a couple. We were discussing communication, things like that, and they said that they read the 5 love languages together as a couple. And I've read that book before, just for my own, I just want to read it. I know our love languages are not at all the same, and it's something I tell him a lot. So we wrote down in our goals to like read that together. So that's something that is on here. So there's things like that that are obviously more personal, things we want to work on our relationship and you know, and such. We're really great friends. We have no issues with that, but we do have problems communicating. Like we something that we're mindful of and we need to work on together. So it is written down. It is something that we want to accomplish. We also wrote down like other things, like visiting more new places. We love to go, if you saw our, you know, at least the part of Vlogmas that's been up, we like to kind of take little trips and things, like day trips, a lot, but sometimes we like repeat places, and we did talk about, you know, we really need to branch out and go visit new things and explore more, things like that. And then also I've been on this kick of of wanting to go on like hiking, like go on more hikes, but like actual bigger hikes. We obviously need to like train for some of them because at my current state of non-hiking ever, I've just been watching hiking videos, so now I want to go hike. Anyone else? Anyone? Anyway, so that's on here too. We decided we wanted to go see like the high point of Texas, which is, I think it's called Guadalupe Peak. It's not like that hard of a hike or anything. I'm sure almost anyone could do it, and because Texas, we don't, what is it, like we don't have the 14ers or whatever the ones in California, not California, Colorado are called. I think this is like an elevation of like 8,000 feet or something, so it's really not that high considering we don't have like huge mountains in Texas. But it's something that I want to do. It's something kind of weird, which is kind of weird why I'm not sharing all of this list because, you know, it's strange. But so things like that. So we have talked about our different goals, and we do have kind of a big map of things that we want to accomplish. Now, as far as personal goals, of course, losing weight is on the top of that list. It will always be on the top of that list, I'm pretty sure. It is what it is. I don't know. But I do also I want to either listen to or read more books. I used to be like a crazy reader, especially growing up when I was, I would say middle and even into high school. I remember in middle school once, was it middle school? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was in middle school. My mom took my books away from me. Instead of, you know how like most kids get grounded, they get like, oh, you can't watch TV, or, you know, back then we didn't have iPads or cell phones. I'm from the generation when in middle school we didn't have any of that, at least. I mean, we had a computer in the house, but I don't even think I used it or even knew how to use it. But my mom took all my books away from me. That was me being grounded. I was allowed to watch TV still, but as her punishment, she took my books away from me, which is so funny to think about now. But it was just for what I enjoyed. I would read in the shower. I would not be able to put my books down sometimes. I had like a little shower caddy where I would stick like the books like open, you know, like into it. Obviously smaller books. And I would just like be there getting the book all wet. It didn't matter as long as I could keep reading. And then even into like high school, college age, all of that, like I still kept reading. I feel like I've just fallen off the reading bandwagon in probably the last maybe 4 or 5 years. I don't know why. I go through phases sometimes where I will read like 2-3 books like straight, you know, especially if I get into some kind of series. But I just haven't really been reading very much. I do listen to books, but honestly in 2018, I think I probably listened to maybe 6 or 7 books. And read, as far as physical books, none. I don't think I read one single whole full book. Maybe one. Don't remember. But yeah, so not very good. So I made myself a goal to either read or listen to 12 books. That's one a month. It's not that bad, but it'll at least be a step up from last year. And then we have other things. Spend less is on the list. I'll end with that one because I know this video is getting super long. I definitely spent way too much money on like plannery kind of things in 2018. Just looking up, I have my pen gems like sitting up here. I was calculating about how much money I spent on pen gems, and just on pen gems alone, I don't know, I probably spent somewhere like around $700 to $800. If you include like the ones I bought on the BST group, which honestly maybe more. I don't, that's ridiculous. Like that much money on pens it just should not be a thing. And then as you can see, that's all my Simply Gilded washi. I was going ham on every release. There was one release that like buying everything ended up being like $170, and I still bought every single thing. So things like that, like I just need to quit my crap because that is so ridiculous. We are trying to be very, very, very mindful of our budget this year because we have some like big things coming up. We're moving in a couple of months, things like that. And I just can't, like I just cannot be doing that. And it's not that I don't want to like beat myself up about it, because at the time it's things that I really wanted and they do make me so happy, and I love my washi and I love my pens. But if you put it all together, that's probably like 1,500. Yeah, like 1,500, maybe, no, maybe almost 2,000. I don't know. Probably like around 1,500 at least, just on pens and washi. Yeah, and I'm not to mention all the planners that I bought. You know, I got like a few Foxy Fix planners. I got like, it's just too much, too much. So I'm trying to be more careful, use what I have, and just be happy with what I have. Not always be wanting the next thing, you know, like the next fad item and things like that. Just to be more careful. Not that I'm saying I'm never buying washi or that I'm never buying a pen gem, because I am. I'm telling you right now, I am. But just be more mindful. Like, do I have something similar? Do I have something that I could use in place of that? You know, do I really need this color combination? Whatever it may be. So that's what I'm trying to work on. We shall see. Those are kind of at least big overview of all of my goals. There's so many things, so many things that I want to share, and so many things that I want to do. I feel really good about this year, because I really set myself up in a really good way, I think. I even did like all my trackers. So if you've seen like my bullet journal pages before, there's a lot of like health things that I track. So I'm not gonna, here, I can show, like, I'm not gonna show the top, but I made myself like a year in pixels pages. Do you see all of this? Where I can track a lot of things. A lot of these things are, like I said, health related, sleep related, just things like that, because I'm trying to not just like establish routines, establish patterns, but also be more mindful. Like, am I doing this, and is this causing this, or, you know, things like that, because I feel that's actually my word of the year, by the way, in case you keep hearing me say the word mindful. That is my word of the year. Mindful with my time, mindful with the money I spend, mindful with my body, just to be more aware, more cognizant of what I'm actually doing, what I'm putting out into the world, what I'm taking in from the world, and things like that. So anyway, I know this was like super rambly, but if you stuck with me, thank you so much. Let me know if you have your word of the year, what it is. I would love to know what it is, or if you have any goals that you have set for yourself. I would love to share. Help me stay accountable to mine throughout the year. And yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really, truly, I feel like this is going to be an amazing year. I hope I'm not jinxing myself, but I really do feel that in my heart. So I hope that y'all do, you know, y'all feel that too. I hope y'all's New Year's off to a really good start. And like I said, help me stay accountable to this. And I will talk to y'all very soon. Bye, everyone.